Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Welcome to my channel. From this video onwards, it will be a series of Bhagavad Gita shloka, and I will not only just explain the meaning of each shloka, but will also give you a grammatical insight and scientific insight wherever possible. My intention for starting this series is that Bhagavad Gita is not just a holy book of Hinduism, but it is a collective knowledge of the Vedas. Each Vedas, that is Rig, Yajur, Sama and Atharvana Vedas, are divided into 4 parts, that is Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas and Upanishads. These 4 divisions or these 4 Vedas plus there are 10 Upanishads, that is Isha, Kena, Katha, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Aitareya, Taittiriya, Chandogya, Brihadaranyaka. There are these 10 Upanishads, but in real number there are more than 120. But the knowledge what we get from learning these 4 Vedas, these 10 important Upanishads and the epic Ramayana and the 18 Puranas which are popularly known, we will get all these just by reading these 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. In Tamil language, we say the sweet. We have named a sweet called Thirutuppal. That is the sweet collected by boiling the milk without it getting burnt. Finally, we will add sweet to it so that we can enjoy it. For example, if we want to make this Thirutuppal or this sweet or popularly known as milk peda, if we boil 1 liter of milk, we will be getting probably a small cup of this Thirutuppal. So, this Bhagavad Gita is also like that. Lord Krishna has decided us to give the knowledge of all these 10 Upanishads, 4 Vedas and 18 Puranas, epic Ramayana. Together he had churned the milk in such a way that he had given this Bhagavad Gita as a Thirutuppal for this philosophy. Bhagavad Gita is not just a philosophy, but it is a way of living. You might read hundreds or even thousands of psychological books, but nothing can make you calm, nothing can make you really understand what the life is except this Bhagavad Gita. So, without any further delay, let's get started. Harihi Om. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Athav Pratamodhyayaha Arjuna Vishada Yogaha Dhritarashtra Uvacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. First, we will go with the grammatical points of this shloka, starting with Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Here, the word Uvacha is a verb and Kriyapadasya Moola Rupam Dhatuhu. So, the root word of verbs is called as Dhatuhu. So, the root word or Dhatu of this Kriyapada Uvacha is Vach Dhatu. And this is in Lit Lakara, Prathama Purusha or Uttama Purusha Ekavachanam. That is, for the verbs, we consider all the verbs to be in the tenses. So, there are mainly 10 tenses and Lit Lakara is one of the tense that is referred to past tense. So, Uvacha is in lit lakara, that is, we can clearly understand that the word is in past tense. And as we have singular and plural in English language, we have ekavachanam, that is singular, dvivachanam, that is dual, and bahuvachanam, plural in Sanskrit. And the person, that is first, second and third persons, are referred in Sanskrit as Prathama Purusha, Madhyama Purusha, Uttama Purusha. So this word has the same form in both the Purushaha, that is Prathama Purushaha or Uttama Purushaha in singular. So after learning the grammatical part of this verb uvacha, we shall proceed on with the other words. So first we will start with Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. So here Dharma Kshetra is an adjective to the noun Kurukshetra. So this word Dharma Kshetre is describing the noun Kurukshetre. So we can consider it as Kurukshetra is also called as Dharma Kshetra, because one who had stepped into this land will never make any mistakes and they follow righteous path. Samaveta, it is a Subanta, that is Moola Rupam of Subanta is called as Pratipadikam. So the Pratipadikam of Samaveta is Samaveta, and this Samaveta is masculine in gender, that is Pullinga. It is the Prathama Vibhakti, it is in the first Vibhakti and it is in plural form, Samaveta, because this refers to both the Kauravas and the Pandavas. The meaning is gathered. Mamakaha, again even Mamakaha is again a Subanta and its Pratipadikam is Mamaka. Again it is a masculine gender and it is in the plural form of Prathama Vibhakti. Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva, Pandavaha cha eva. So when we split up this Pandavaha, it ends up with Visarga. This Visarga, as per the Sakara Desha Visarga Sandhi rule, Visarga is replaced by Sa. So it becomes Pandavas. Again, immediately after this Pandavas, there is the letter Cha, and when Sa and Cha gets combined, it becomes Pandavaschai, Pandavascha. So Pandavascha. Next word when we consider, it is Eva, that is it is Avyayam. That is the shloka that defines Avyayam is Sadrisham Trishulingeshu Sarvasu cha Vibhaktishu Vachaneshu cha Sarveshu Yannavyeti Tadavyayam. The meaning of this is in all the lingas, that is in all the three genders, that is masculine, feminine and neuter gender, on all the vibhaktis, that is Prathama Vibhakti, Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Tritiya Vibhakti, Chaturthi Vibhakti, Panchami Vibhakti, Shashti Vibhakti, Saptami Vibhakti. In all these vibhaktis plus in these three masculine, feminine and neuter gender, and in the number, that is Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam, and which doesn't change even in any of the 10 lakaras, it is called as the word that doesn't change in all these circumstances or called as Avyayam. Vyayam means change, Avyayam means that does not change. So here Eva is Avyayam. So Pandavaha, the Visarga is replaced with Sa, and when it combines with the word Cha, it becomes Pandavascha. And Eva, when it combines with Cha, it becomes Vriddhi Sandhi. So when we split up, we get two different sandhis, that is Pandavascha Sakara Desha Visarga Sandhi and when Pandavascha combines with Eva, it becomes Vriddhi Sandhihi. The split up will be Pandavascha Eva, Pandavascha plus Eva, that is Vriddhi Sandhihi. Pandavaschaiva Kim. Kim is again, it is a neuter gender, which means what? So Kim is in neuter gender, Prathama Vibhakti singular. So Kim means what? Akurvata. Again, Akurvata is a verb and it is Kru Dhatuhu. That is, the Moola Rupam is Kru Dhatuhu, and when we take up the form Akurvata, it is in Lang Lakaraha, again which refers to the past tense, Prathama Vibhaktihi Bahuvachanam. And there are two types of words, one is Parasmaipadi and another one is Atmanepadi. Parasmaipadi Rupam will be used usually in the direct speeches, while Atmanepadi will be used in the indirect speech or the reported speech. So this is all about the grammar of this shloka. While we come into the meaning, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre, that is, now Dhritarashtra is asking what is happening. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre, in the land of righteousness, that is Kurukshetra, Samaveta Yuyutsavaha, one who has gathered with the furiousness to wage war against each other. Mamakaha. Mamakaha here clearly refers to my possession. Here that is referred to Kauravas, that is Dhritarashtra's son, Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva, and the sons of Pandu, Kim Akurvata. What are they doing? Sanjaya. Sanjaya is again a name of a person, that is noun. So to simply put the meaning as the following, in Kurukshetra, the land of righteousness, what are my sons and the sons of Pandu king who have gathered to wage war against each other doing? Please let me know, Sanjaya. This is the question of Dhritarashtra to Sanjaya. And why the question rises is that when we go through the epic Mahabharata, we clearly get to know one important thing, that is Dhritarashtra, his wife Gandhari and Sanjaya, they are not in the war field. Because Dhritarashtra is a blind king, he is born blind, so he is a blind king. As he is a blind king and as Gandhari's father got her married to Dhritarashtra who was blind, to show her anger towards her father, even she had covered her eyes with a cloth, so that she thinks that no, when my husband is not seeing, even I will not see. That pain has to be experienced by my father, seeing his own daughter blind. So that is why even Gandhari had covered her eyes with cloth. So for these two, from his palace only, Krishna had given Sanjaya, Dhritarashtra and Gandhari the boon that whatever will happen in the war field can be seen with the yogic power of Sanjaya. In reference to the modern technology or modern science, it is nothing but video conference. Nowadays we have heard that our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi had almost inaugurated few things through the video conference. The same video conference concept can be applied here or should be applied here, so that we will understand the shlokas or we will understand the scenario better. Why is Dhritarashtra asking Sanjaya? From where the Sanjaya gets to know all this and how the things goes on. So in this chapter, Arjuna Vishada Yogaha is named like this because Vishada means doubt. So this chapter or the first adhyaya of Bhagavad Gita is full of Arjuna's doubts, and there are common conversations between Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya, Krishna and Arjuna. Only with these four the most of the conversations take place in this Bhagavad Gita, the entire 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. Thank you for watching. Punar milami, syanah punar dashayami.